The Tamiya TT02 is a 1/10 scale touring car that's been around the block. It's been around for quite of many years now. It's available in many different variants. Now, with the recent surge in small indoor RC car places to race, many people are trying to start beginner classes with the TT02 to race either in an oval or on road. We will be doing the same thing at my local track this winter, and I'm pretty excited about it. I've owned a few TT02s, owned this one here for quite some time, did a fresh rebuild on it to get it ready for the oval season. So let's talk about the amazing Tamiya TT02 and see if it's the right car for you. It may be the most expensive, cheapest car you will ever own, though. I'm Chad. This is the Dorky and 40 RC channel. We're going to make you faster today. So this TT02, it's a little bit tricky because this thing is a touring car. They sell them in a drift car. They sell them with metal upgrades, without metal upgrades, all that kind of stuff. What we're talking about here on the channel today is just the base model $110 to $130 TT02. And the price is going to really vary depending upon what body kit you decide to buy with the TT02s. Because the cool thing about these things is even though the base chassis, like this right here, on every car that you see to buy for a TT02, the things inside the box, the different bodies and all the accessories that come with it are really is what it's going to change from car to car to car. Let me explain a little bit. So if we go on to A Main Hobbies here and do a search for TT02, you're going to see all of these different ones. And what you're looking for is the TT02 four-wheel drive electric touring car kit. I've got a couple here that are listed on Amazon, as well as some other things like bearings, tools, and drive shafts that you might want to upgrade with these things that are usually legal. And I will have links to all that stuff down below in the description. They're Amazon affiliate links. So if you feel like helping the channel out, you can do that. And also you can subscribe and like while you are down there. So according to the Tamiya base RC website here, the TT02 came out in 2013. And you can see that there are just a number of different variants. Most recently, the SRX. You have some front wheel drive. You have some rear wheel drive onlys. A lot of different ones. And then also you've got all of the different kind of TT02s. Some are available and still, some are not. Usually what you can do is you can go online, and if there's a certain body shell that you want to get, you can either buy those separate via A-Main or something, or you can go to somebody like Delta Plastics and you can just pick out and order aftermarket body shells. A lot of different companies make body shells for these, which is just fantastic. I've got actually this Lotus right here. I got two of these ready for the oval season. That is painted in my favorite color, red, even though I like the candy coat red overcoat that I did on that GT12 a lot better. The cool thing about the TT02s is that they actually have multiple wheelbases that you can create, and then you use different spacers. I've got some 3D printed ones here to adjust to fit all the different bodies. Originally, this was the Mustang, which is sitting right up there, and that was like about $120 kit, I think, with the Mustang. Pretty cool. Comes with tons of stickers like most of these Tamiya kits do, and then some injection molded mirrors, wings, and all that kind of stuff. So these things are kind of like models with each, you know, buggy, whatever you want to call it, with each car. You're going to get a TT02 manual here, which is going to tell you how to put the car together. Everything is plastic. There's very little metal on these things beside like the screws, the springs, and of course your electronics. And then each body is actually going to come with its own instruction manual that shows you how to cut it out, where to place all of your decals, which they can be pretty overwhelming with Tamiya. And of course, you know, if you're going to be racing this or bashing this or anything like that, you might not want to spend too much time doing all that stuff But if you do, that is up to you. So what do you get with these things and how do we race them? Well, let's take a look here real quick at our rules that we have on our local track. So if we zoom in here to the stock TT02 class, you can see any TT02 or TT01 chassis must be built per the instructions manual. No altering, everything is prohibited. The receiver box you can take out, but you must install the factory motor cover and all that stuff. That's the great thing about this, is it's a completely stock build. You don't have to think about tuning or caster or camber or anything at all. All you have to do is build the TT02 chassis like the one manual says, and then build the body posts and everything the exact same way that the other book that comes with it says. Super easy. It just does not get any easier than this. The only way it gets any easier, which still is not a bad option if your track runs it, is something like a Traxxas / RTR kit. That comes in around $250 to $300. Those are always fun, of course, but you know, they don't look as cool as these do. All the new TT02 kits pretty much come with electronic upgrades these days. They come with a real basic hobby wing ESC. They come with their 21 turn torque tuned motor. That's pretty much the standard these days everywhere. The pinion, the spur gear, everything you need to run is inside of the box. Now, to run on most tracks, at least locally, you can run either the factory tires, or if you want a little bit of an upgrade, and this is where the most expensive, cheapest RC car starts to go. We start with the Motive tires here. These are pretty much the Gravity GTs. These are pretty much the standard spec tire for the TT02 class. Then, of course, you're going to need a receiver to power everything. Inside here, I have one of the knockoff SanWa receivers. So we're looking at a receiver in there that is half the price of the actual car. If I were to use a regular SanWa receiver, it would be the exact same price as the car. Now, clocking in at something that is more than the price of the car is going to be the actual servo. Inside here, I have a leftover MKS servo that didn't work really 100% well all the time in my buggy, but it's good enough for this TT02 class because it's all just about driving around in circles with oval, maybe trying it on the on-road and having some fun. Now, it's a $150 servo, so you can see that we kind of start adding things up. $150 servo, $60 receiver, a $50 battery, a battery charger, a remote, something like that. You can start to add up. This $110, $120 car quickly will turn into a $300 to $400 investment. So you got to be kind of into it. The good thing about this, just like a Traxxas Slash, is if you don't go racing with it, you get tired of it, you can always go and run this thing out in your driveway, in parking lots. People have geared these things up, went crazy with them, built speed runs. You can literally replace everything on this car with metal. And heck, if you want to, you could even go and try to race against real touring cars, even though, like I said, many people race these and they have classes just for these. And as you step up in the upgrades, you can go ahead and do all that kind of fun stuff too. Talk about some things that you're allowed to do that we were looking at in the rules earlier. So we are allowed to upgrade the ball bearings. This thing comes with plastic bushings. It doesn't even come with ball bearings. So you're allowed to upgrade to those. You are also going to want a Tamiya tool set to work on this car. Now, at first glance, these screws look like they're Phillips, but they actually are not. They're a special Japanese Phillips that's got a weird name. I can't even remember what it is. I've got two Tamiya screwdrivers right here that don't strip these screws out. Regular Phillips will. Amazon has those separately, or you can buy this entire nice little tool set here for around $32. Again, links are down in the description. Finally, you are allowed to upgrade the front universal joints and the front diff couplers. Something about like hitting walls and all that kind of stuff on the front end of this, along with the four-wheel drive, makes those things pop out like crazy. The rear doesn't seem to be a problem. In the front, you're allowed to upgrade that over like the stock plastic parts, so you know you'll be all good. Speaking of the kit build, it takes about an hour or two to build it. Real easy, great kit to build with the family. Again, all you need is something like this, some sprue cutters. Everything comes on big plastic sprue runners. The instructions are real easy and simple to follow. Just really cannot beat it at all. And then the whole process again starts of placing all the decals and all that kind of fun stuff. The last thing we'll talk about is the battery power system. Now, we do have a rule that you can't use like a bullet type of shorty pack battery and all that kind of stuff. So what we use is like, these are available at like Hobbytown, A-Main. The Electron Pro 5200 has to have a plug in it, and that baby just fits right down in there and will connect right up to the ESC. And you're good. That is all you need to go racing with your TT02 and have a really good time. I'm pretty excited about running in the oval. On road with these is a little bit tricky, getting them to turn left, then right, and everything else. But it's like bumper cars out there. It's a blast. It's meant to be beginner friendly. And also, it's just one of those things that you can go out, have fun with your buddies. And if you find the right body shell, you know, you can really make these models your own and just make them look really cool. I like the way that this body turned out. I probably would rather try something else next time, but we'll just see how this goes. That was from Delta Plastics. I think there's all kinds of cars and other people that sell things out there. So whatever your favorite car is, or mini truck or whatever, I'm sure there is a body out there that will fit on a TT02. So that's about it, guys. Come back next week for a TT02 racing update. I think we'll be racing these on Wednesday. If not, I definitely know I will be racing that this weekend along with this Saturday and Sunday. So life's good here in the RC world. Talk to you guys later. Peace.